I'm curious, as an economist, what do you think of tariffs being used as a negotiating tactic? Because people, pundits, some Republicans who are supporting Donald Trump, they're saying everything from he's putting America first, he's showing our trading partners that America isn't going to be taken advantage of. This is sending a message. Change is tough, but buckle in. In the long haul, this will be to our benefit. What do you say to those types of arguments?
Again, what are you trying to do? I mean, you're sort of using a negotiating tactic. What is your end goal, right? I mean, if your end goal, again, is, well, we're doing this to increase employment, okay, why not go for a policy which we know is a much more efficient way to increase employment, like the investment tax credit? And there are other things that can be done. Why go through all this, right? I mean, it's only going to annoy partners. Yes, there's this theoretical literature in economics about, quote, the optimal tariff, thinking back and forth about people responding. But again, you look at practice, right? Look at the evidence. Is there really any compelling evidence that this actually works? Or does it generally backfire and hurt consumers? I mean, Trump did this his first term. We have evidence about what the effects are, and they're not positive in terms of overall welfare for the economy. Prices went up, and it was very costly for any jobs that were created. There's also another risk. Effectively, what you're doing when you set up tariffs and you're protecting domestic firms, they might raise their prices. They may say, look, I'm an auto company. I put in tariffs. I don't have to compete as intentionally as I used to with, say, Japanese automakers. I think I'm going to raise my prices. And their prices are going to go up. I might not necessarily help consumers. Now, in this case, this is now theory. This is what happened in the 1980s. When we negotiated the voluntary export restrictions with the Japanese government. And this was before the Japanese companies were here producing so much. That's exactly what happened. The U.S. automakers actually raised their prices because their competitors were less effective because their prices were higher. So these are the kinds of unanticipated effects that can happen. But in any case, we really have no evidence that any sort of strategic behavior is going to work in this area, and it hasn't in the past.